Okay, my friends, I am back for yet another ending here, and this one is the most difficult and confusing one to try and get. Now, how anyone triggered this off by accident, I have absolutely no idea. I've been reading through how to get it, and you guys are going to see that doing this naturally, of your own accord, is insane, and if it wasn't for someone I trusted as a friend, I probably wouldn't believe that they got it completely blind. So we're going to try to trigger this ending. If we can. So, to do this, we need to head to here first. Now, Forsaken Depths. That was where I was, right? This is going to blow your mind. So, this is where we found the weaker version of Moog, first of all. I should just... I don't think there's any more fighting to do, like any boss battles left. I'm pretty sure of that, but only enough for 2. Wow, sucks. Yeah, I'm so close to the next one. I'm going to do it anyway. 173. Yeah, it should be fine. Just to make sure we've got no runes to lose here. So, head down here. Oh wait, no, sorry. Went to the wrong place. Head down here. I might change out my weapons to help clear areas out a bit more easily. Always miss the bloody hatchet every time. I think these two should be enough to clear out most stuff. So, you head down all of this way, and you defeat this Moog wannabe. What do you think happens next? What would you do if you were here? Now, we have seen illusionary walls in this game, but more often than not, you've seen how they look, and it's kind of fairly telegraphed if one is an illusionary wall. There you go. So if you happen to be just spazzing around here and you're just like messing around, and you, for whatever reason, I don't know why you'd be smacking this. I could be in here for 100 years and I probably wouldn't think to smack this bit. I really wouldn't. But this is the beginning of another ending. So let's go. Okay, this is weird. Very weird. Now I have heard there's some really weird platforming here. And there could be some jump scares too. Yeah, you see. So this area is pretty crazy. Let's see if we can survive and make it through. But the sheer amount of people is really disturbing. There hasn't really been many areas that have been this crowded. Creepy mofos, man. So we will have to fight a little bit here. It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. Right. I guess a little more. Right. That's so weird. Fine. I mean, the music sounds like it's one of Carle's people, but Golden Rune 11. Yeah, so we've got some intricate, potentially annoying platforming here. There you go. I can target them. I won't. This is so messed up. Man, I can't imagine how people would have felt if they found this completely by accident. This place is insane. I don't know if there's more hidden walls and shit here. Okay. So I really got to try and be careful here. Even though I know that this is going to lead to like a secret ending, and I use the guide to at least find the entrance to this place, like to know where it begins, I'm excited. No, you see? Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain to get in through, but I think we can manage. It's been a while since I've had to do any annoying platforming. At one point in the game I was genuinely just like really annoyed by it, but it's made up such a small percentage of the game that it's really faded into a very, very minor criticism at this stage. But it's going to perk back up again. That percentage of annoyingness is going to go up. Let me rest at this grace. Like, that's a jump I feel like I can't make, but we'll see. Yeah. So I think it's the platforming that makes this, other than obviously trying to even find it, it's the platforming that makes it a bit difficult. But thankfully they gave you a grace right there, so you can get those repeats in nice and quick. They're working you hard for this one. It is a secret ending, so I think it's fair game. I'm gonna try jumping onto this one. Ah, I hit the wall, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a while. I might be wrong, but it doesn't seem like a simple case of just make sure you jump down to a lower platform. I think some of them, because you have to go sideways, is not, you have to pick the right one to jump onto. So at least like for the start it's not too bad at all. I think it's only a couple more jumps I've got to figure out and then I should be fine. Try not to over jump here. Okay, I think that's a little better. Again, not sure how to get to that particular bit. So I think this is where I died last time. So I need to get to this middle one, basically. Yeah, the odds of over jumping there are pretty high. So I think I've got it now. I think I know what I need to do. That jump there is one of the main problems. It's not very consistent. This time I want to try falling directly onto the correct one. Ah, come on, man. I'm pretty sure like stuff to do with lowers fall damage is not really going to help. Because there is no in between really. Either you're going to fall to where you need to, or you're going to fall so far that it doesn't really matter what you have. Then do I go to this one? I think I can get to this one. The fall damage shouldn't be so much that I die. Ah, what? That was just a shit jump, man. Yeah. It's doing what this game doesn't do very well, which is platforming. So I might die more times on this than I do on the final boss, who knows. But it's one of these where, especially if you found it naturally, if it took you 6 hours to get through here, you would spend 6 hours, because you would be so sure that despite doing stuff like this, you know that there's somewhere you have to investigate and find it out. But I don't think you're supposed to go all the way down to the bottom. As you can see, there is no way out there, so I think now, because I've already completed the final boss, I've got that sort of elation, that sort of overly casual head now. I'm just like, yeah, it's alright. I didn't realize that this bit had I didn't realize that this bit had all of this annoying platforming. So it's a little sting in the tail for the death counter. It's not done yet. Still trying to decide what the best path is. Gonna try this one now. Like, I need to be able to make this without overjumping. There you go. Part of me wonders if I can make these diagonals, but I probably shouldn't try. Or maybe I should. So I'm definitely getting closer now. Yeah, okay. I think those diagonals are maybe a bit much. So it really is figuring out like an optimum pathway. If there's 25 potential jumps you can make, there's only maybe even one combination of them that actually leads you to the next area. The rest are maybe unmakeable or just dead ends. But at least for this bit, this part is simple enough. From here you just got to figure it out. That's the lowest platform I've got to so far. I'd like to try and land on that one, but if I do, I probably just have to jump to the same golden one again. So I'm going to try to go to this one again. Alright, let's just go to the corner. Keep it simple. Yeah, I think this is the one I end up on at every time and I can't get through. It's a tough one. Yeah, you can't make that jump, so I'm 99% sure you can't make that jump. So I need to find another way. I can't go onto there from the previous one. So we need a better solution. So an annoying traversal brain teaser to finish the playlist. worth trying. So maybe you don't go down to the bottom one to make life easier, but no. I want to try this one by itself in the corner here. Maybe there's a way down from there. One of those in the middle. I might not take enough full damage to kill me. Yep. So... it feels like I'm almost close enough to just let myself fall, but I don't think so. No, definitely not. Okay, there's a little bit sticking out there. I can try to land on that. Okay. This is deceptive. This is one where you can just like over jump it really easily. I could even do this, I think. Ah, no. Really? They kill you for that one? Ugh. That's an example of a bullshit death, I think. Come on, let's be real now. My vigors are way too high for me to die there. Way too high. But that's our best attempt yet. Against the real boss of this game, which is Traversal. The ultimate final boss. Right, so we went to this isolated one in the corner. And then we had this tough jump, which is definitely not guaranteed. Okay. God. God, that was close. Okay. Inescapable frenzy. A lot of people got wrecked here, man. A lot. So maybe you're supposed to use like the Flame of Frenzy. Fuck people up. Fingerprint Stone Shield. Really? That's so weird. Weight 29. Holy shit. Causes madness build up. I want to read this. A great stone shield with an intricately carved fingerprint design. One of the heaviest of all great shields. Part of the tomb of an ancient god. The readerless fingers relayed their message through these imprints. Said to be the very seeds from which Frenzy first sprouted. The very seeds from which Frenzy first sprouted. But yeah, that's an insane level of protection. Now, what I would not like to do is die until I find a checkpoint, if there are any. I'm banking on my relatively high level here to keep me out of trouble. Once I get down to the bottom, I can't get back up, so I'm hoping that there is a way out from there. I can't see anything, but... just making sure the game isn't messing with me here. Because every time I've fallen down there, I couldn't spot anything to help me get out, but I don't think there's any other path. Oh, there you go. Very well. Yes, we have a grace. Excellent. Frenzied Flame Proscription. Okay. Is that the eye of a dragon? Interesting that it's an area with no weapons allowed. Not sure if it means we have to use a frenzy attack against this thing, but I don't think we can, right? Is there anything in our inventory that would help here? Okay, again. Says, next, unequip all of your gear, weapons, armor, and everything in between. Having done so, approach the frenzy-covered door and choose the option to open it. So, I wouldn't have guessed to do this again. I would have been stuck here for some time. Like, while playing, how you guessed to do that, I don't know. My lantern is on? Is that, like, does that count as... I should maybe turn it off? I don't know. Let me in. Is it even like spells you have to unequip? Possibly. Apparently normally here, Melina is actually around, depending on when you've done this. And she'll basically beg you not to go in there. So you have to ignore her to be able to do it as well. So unequipping all the spells too. Literally naked as I came. Look at that agility. The naked agility. Here we go. The other 3 fingers. Wow. So now we have the frenzied flame. Look at those eyes. Wow. Shit's changed, man. So now we can re-equip stuff. Let's equip Melania's outfit. At this stage it doesn't really matter what we have equipped, I think. Just this. Just leave it like that. That's all we need. Okay, we'll do our best Melania impression. So now that we have this, we should be able to trigger off a different type of ending. So now I will head back to here. and hopefully show you guys another ending. Become Lord of Frenzied Flame. Let's see it. Okay, that's a pretty insane ending. I think that's it. Wow. And that is the final trophy, I believe. Yes! Let's fucking go! My first platinum in about 10 years. That's insane. My god. Starting the game off, and even after like 50 hours, I don't think I was convinced I would get the platinum at all. But I ended up doing it. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Whew. There it is, my friends. So those are the main endings that I wanted to show you guys, because they are the ones that I'm able to get at this point. Okay, so that's that ending done. And I think, at least for me, at this stage, I don't think it really matters which ending you have. But I will reload like the one where I haven't made the choice, just in case, because there is one more thing I need to show. So there is something cool worth showing about the Ronnie ending. So when I looked this up on the Elden Ring wiki, after getting this ending, you can actually go back to here. And I think we can get a little bit of extra dialogue, which gives us some more context for the ending that we get with Ronnie. Let me see if that works. Okay, so you have to return to Ronnie's chamber, and when you rest at the site of grace, you will get Talk to Miniature Ronnie. So let's have a listen to this extra conversation.
I take it thou hast noticed. I shouldn't be surprised. I thought I might expound a little further upon the order I envision. Mine will be an order not of gold, but the stars and moon of the chill night. I would keep them far from the earth beneath our feet. As it is now, life and souls and order are bound tightly together. But I would have them at a great remove, and have the certainties of sight, emotion, faith, and touch all become impossibilities, which is why I would abandon this soil with mine order. Wouldst thou come to me even now, my one and only lord? Mine will be an order not of gold, but the stars and moon of the chill night, and I would abandon this soil with mine order. Wouldst thou come to me even now, my one and only lord?
There you go. So that's a little bit of extra information for Ronnie's ending. It's, again, I mean, what she's talking about is something like a whole different situation to what we have going on here. And honestly, it's hard for me to tell at face value, like immediately, which of the endings I've seen is the best. So, I'm not sure. Okay, my friends, so there are 6 endings in Elden Ring, and I've shown you guys all of them. 4 of them I did myself, and the other 2 I've explained generally, like what you have to do for them, and also what the cutscenes are when you get them. So I'm pretty much done. I've got the Platinum Trophy too. Did it mean I did absolutely every little tiny 100% thing? No, I didn't. But I've done enough to get the Platinum, which is what I was after, and I got to see all of the endings, and most of them I managed to do myself. So I was really happy with that, considering the fact that, again, most of the run was blind. It was only towards the end really that I started to look a few things up, and so generally I think I'm happy with how everything has gone in terms of the structure, given how giant the game is and how open world it is and how much stuff there is to do, and the ways in which you can mess certain things up. I think, all things said, the fact that I was still able to get the Platinum and most of the endings was exactly what I needed. So I think the final thing I'll do, just because I'm curious, is to go to the round table and trigger off Journey 2 just to see how it plays out. Like, do you go back to the tutorial? Like, how does that even work? Let's see. If you begin Journey 2, you'll not be able to return to the present world of Journey 1. Begin Journey 2? Yes. So I have a cloud save before the ending of Journey 1, in case I want to go back. But this should be interesting. New Game Plus. Okay. So this is interesting. Now I guess as a result of what we did in our first run, we know where everything is. But of course our sites of grace have all been disabled. So let me just get out here for a sec. Let's just have a quick look. And of course, second time round, you're going to understand a lot more of like the NPCs and the side quests and that kind of stuff. Even obviously that intro cutscene, having completed the game, makes so much more sense. Like, you know who all those people are. And how you meet them later in the story and that kind of thing. So it's definitely cool, and I will be indulging in plenty of lore videos now to really get more of a grip on what's going on. Should be interesting. So like now, with the stats and stuff that I have, only trouble is I've got 500,000 runes I didn't spend, so if I was continuing through here I'd lose them all. So it's New Game Plus, but everything isn't like way harder. Yeah, this thing is no match for me. So I won't be losing my runes. Yeah, so on New Game Plus you don't suddenly end up with like everything being crazy difficult. But I guess here you get access to, maybe you can start the 4 belfries. Is that how it works? We haven't activated it though, right? Oh shit. That's kind of unfair. I think that's the final one we're going to add to the death counter for this playthrough. That was such a fitting way to end, I think. Yeah, you end up in the same place. Fine. They didn't take my runes away, which is nice. Yeah, so this is something they added in later later patches of the game, so you don't do what I did and kind of look down here and be like, whoa, that looks like a death. And then just skip through it. Maybe they even increase the brightness so it doesn't look as deadly anymore. But I wonder, even for like someone like me, let's just say right now, all of this stuff has to be unlocked again. So that's interesting. But let's say I wanted to do the Dung Eaters quest now. I'm not sure what I'd have to do to be able to do that. I'm sure you can do things much, much more quickly. I can't even level up yet. So it's like you have a lot of advantages, obviously, since it's a New Game Plus, but there's also obviously a lot of it you literally just have to do again the same way you did the first time. Although I don't know how things work in terms of like having duplicates. So like, let's say talismans when you stack. You probably can't use two of the same one, to be fair. But yeah, I miss the brightness of Limgrave, man. This place seems so like pleasant now after all this. But the first thing I want to do, I just literally want to quickly run down and take on the Tree Sentinel. Like with New Game Plus, you should be able to just blaze through it up until the end game again. He's definitely... I think, again, he's got better stats than he did before, but he's still relatively weak. So I think the idea is that it's generally more challenging than your first run. Relative to your level. Okay. So I imagine the amount of runes and stuff you get changes as well, and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's New Game Plus. I'm pretty sure everything, let's say, is 10%, 20% harder. So by the time you get towards the end, things are going to still be more difficult. But honestly, it depends. If you want to sort of do a run where this time, let's just say you summoned, you co-opt, you had like really broken double bleed builds or whatever, like arcane bleed builds, whatever you had. If you want to do a run where you didn't use all of them, I think probably for maybe again like 50% of the game, the first 50% you'll probably still beat everything very easily because you're New Game Plus, but the second 50% you'll really get to experience some legit struggle, I think, with a New Game Plus. So it just depends really. I mean, I had friends that were more interested in starting from scratch instead of a New Game Plus and just doing a completely different kind of build, playing the game a different way. So either you can do that through New Game Plus, especially if there's stuff that was missable that you'd like to get, any trophies that you weren't able to get, any quest lines that you're curious about, that you just want to quickly get to instead of going through the grind. Because, I mean, my guess would be that you could probably get to Margit like pretty damn quick. Even though there's no fast travel yet, you do have Torrent and you can kind of just blaze your way through most of it, I think. So that's what I mean, like you can probably get the Great Runes much more quickly and you can go straight to them if that's what you want to do. So in that sense, I guess it's really good for picking up loose ends. If there was anything you didn't get in your first run that you wanted. So my guess is even with the Dung Eater, I'm not sure how you get the Dung Eater to appear in the round table. I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure what the order of events is, but it's probably the case that you have to defeat maybe Godric or something, or maybe have a Great Rune, or 2 Great Runes, I don't know. And then if you do, he'll appear. And then you'll be able to just do this quest. So maybe it'll only take you 5-10 hours to do all of like the extra quest lines that you wanted to do, even from a new playthrough. I'd be surprised if something like Margit was extremely difficult at this stage. I really don't think so. Because things are only like 10% harder. So this should feel very much like it did if you were still doing this in your first file. So we're literally going to face Margit here. I want to end my entire playthrough against my nemesis. Still probably the enemy that gave me the most kills, I think. Yeah, look at that damage. Definitely feels satisfying.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run.
Fuck you, Margit. Have some of that. You bitch. Ah, I ran out. So this is what I mean, if you just want to basically speedrun your way back through, it's going to be the stuff that you found hardest the first time that's still going to be difficult now. The only thing I guess is you'll have to try to find the right teleports to get you to the most difficult areas as quickly as possible. So let's just say one of the only things that's stuck in your mind, like for me for example, one of the biggest challenges that is of interest to me at this stage would be to try and beat Melania and Moog without doing any summons, for example. So if I want to get back to that, it'd probably only take me half an hour, maybe a couple of hours to sort of sprint around and find the teleports and all that kind of stuff that I needed to get to yeah, I don't even have the underground map at this stage, but I'd have to get up here basically. But I don't know, we'll see. Do we get to keep the key items that allow you to operate the lifts and shit? I don't think you do. Okay, so it might take longer then. Fair play. They've taken those away from you. So that's what I mean, you get a lot of stuff, but in terms of traversal I think you have to kind of do everything from the start. So you have to look it up and see what the quickest route is to find your way to certain areas, if that's what you want to do. So I think I will wrap up for this session. This was the last official session of Elden Ring, barring DLC in the future. It's been an absolute blast. It's been a historic game for me. Honestly, even the fact that it's the first platinum in 10 years, pretty much for me, it already makes it historic. This game has been absolutely amazing, and it's an experience that I won't be forgetting anytime soon. So I'll be talking more in depth about the overall experience in the next video, but in terms of actual gameplay sessions, barring DLC, we have made it to the end, and it was just nice to and it was nice to kick Margit's ass before I round things off, because he was such a bastard for the start of the playthrough. So thank you all so much for watching after so much time. Do stick around for the final video in the series, but if you're not interested, if you think you've heard enough of my thoughts for the last 150 hours, I get it. Very understandable. Thank you all for coming on this ride with me. I can't thank you all enough for investing so much time in the series. It's really been a pleasure and an honor to play this game for you guys as well, and I hope it's given you plenty of hours of entertainment. So shout out to everyone that's been watching the series, shout out to everyone that's been liking, sharing, everyone on Patreon, anyone that's dropped a super thanks, anything like that. You guys are awesome, and you help to keep the channel rolling and for me to continue to share these experiences with you guys for many years to come. So take care everybody, I will see you soon, and don't forget the review video coming next in the playlist. Take care.